Hello everyone, this is Mochiko from Buffet Lab. Finally, it's 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. I visited over 50 buffets across Tokyo and beyond in 2024. So today, I'm excited to share my top favorite buffets from this past year. I've divided them into 3 categories: sweets, lunch, and dinner, covering 14 incredible restaurants in total. Make sure to stick around until the end. First up, the sweets category. Fourth place, Hilton Tokyo Metropolitan Grill. Although this buffet isn't currently available, it was truly one of a kind. Not only could you enjoy an all-you-can-eat selection of high-quality meat dishes, but also Hilton Tokyo's iconic sweets were unlimited too. The meat dishes were served afternoon tea style, making them both hearty and adorable. On top of that, they were absolutely delicious. There's nothing more to ask for in a buffet. The dessert lineup was also impressive. It was strawberry season at the time, so I got to indulge in Hilton Tokyo's signature cute and delicious sweets. If they ever bring this buffet back, I would definitely go again. Third place, the Westin Yokohama Brasserie du Quai. A new favorite for me in 2024 was the Westin Yokohama. I visited in the fall of 2024 during their Lindt collaboration buffet, and let me tell you, the desserts were breathtakingly beautiful. This buffet was also unique because it focused on using locally sourced ingredients from Kanagawa Prefecture. The delicate flavors of these desserts made them truly special. Aside from the desserts, one of my personal favorites was the curry. Apparently, it's quite popular among their guests, and for good reason. It was amazing. The rich tomato flavor added depth, and even though I was already full from the desserts, I couldn't resist having more. I'd love to try their other buffets in the future. Second place, Hilton Yokohama All-Day Dining Parade. This year, Yokohama was the place to be. One of my recent favorite restaurants is Parade, the all-day dining venue at Hilton Yokohama. What I love most about this buffet is how delicious all of their desserts are. They offer a fantastic freshly made Mont Blanc, but my personal favorite is the meringue chantilly. It's so good that I honestly don't think I've ever had a better one. Another reason I keep coming back is the seasonal flavors. They change slightly with each visit, which always keeps things fresh and exciting. Plus, the savory dishes are excellent too. My favorite is their curry, but their savory lineup changes slightly every time I visit. It's always fun to see what's new. I'm already looking forward to visiting again in 2025. First place, the Westin Tokyo, the Terrace. Of course, the number 1 spot goes to the Terrace. I absolutely love it here. The setup alone was stunning. Every bite was indulgent, with creamy textures and thoughtfully chosen ingredients. You could really feel the attention to detail. No matter what I tried, it was delicious. Each visit is pure happiness. Last year, the Terrace underwent renovations, and the dessert buffet I attended was their first sweets buffet after reopening. Not only were the desserts as amazing as ever, but the variety of savory dishes also increased. This makes it a great option even for those who aren't big on sweets. That's it for the sweets category. Stay tuned for the next categories, lunch and dinner. Next up is the lunch buffet category. Here are my picks, starting with fifth place. Hyatt Centry Ginza Tokyo Namike Sekou 7. As a huge fan of Hyatt hotels, I'd been curious about this restaurant for quite some time. In the fall of 2024, I finally visited after hearing they started offering a weekend-only buffet. The interior had a refined atmosphere and the variety of dishes was impressive. From stylish appetizers to meat dishes and desserts, everything was carefully prepared and tasted amazing. One dish that stood out to me was their roast beef. Roast beef is a standard buffet offering, but here they grill it for you over a traditional shichirin, charcoal grill. Isn't that incredible? And the desserts were just as fantastic. My favorite was the cream puff. What made it special was the generous use of vanilla beans. which added a luxurious and rich yet light flavor. Absolutely delicious. I can't wait to visit this buffet again. Fourth place, XX Nihon Bashi. My very first buffet of 2024 was at XX Nihon Bashi. It's surprisingly affordable, yet every dish was outstanding. The food ranged from salads and appetizers to pizzas and warm main dishes, offering a wide variety. I was particularly impressed by the selection and quality of their pizzas. The desserts were served in smaller portions, so you could sample a variety, which I really appreciated. They also had plenty of seasonal strawberry desserts, which were perfect at the time. With strawberry season coming back around, I'm definitely planning to visit again. Third place, Premier Hotel Cabin President Tokyo, a newcomer that just opened this year. This buffet has become so popular that it's almost impossible to get a reservation. The biggest draws are its exceptional cost performance and the fact that it's time unlimited. The bread selection was particularly impressive. They serve freshly baked bread, which is always a delight. But that's not all. This buffet also offers appetizers, seafood, meat dishes, and even a pancake machine where you can choose your favorite sauce. It was such a fun addition. What's more, despite its affordable price, they also serve a daily special dish. The day I went, I got to enjoy edamame and salmon cream pasta, which was delicious. The only downside is how hard it is to secure a reservation, but I'll definitely visit again when I can. Second place, Mandarin Oriental Tokyo Ventaglio. This buffet had been on my wish list for ages, and I finally went in November 2024 after hearing their full buffet had resumed. And while the selection isn't as extensive as some other buffets, every dish here is top-notch. My favorite aspect of this buffet is that it offers unique dishes that can only be found at this hotel. The roast beef stood out, served with rich red wine sauce, chimichurri, and a variety of salts for a customizable experience. I loved it so much that I went back for seconds and thirds. During my visit, they were holding a Latin American fair, so there was also a taco bar. I had so much fun creating my own tacos with vegetables, meat, salsa, and guacamole. While it's not your typical buffet, it's perfect for those who want to enjoy unique and creative dishes that reflect the restaurant's individuality. I was so impressed that I'm considering bringing my friends here for our New Year's gathering. First place, Andaz Tokyo, the Tavern Grill and Lounge. The battle for first place was fierce, but Andaz Tokyo took the top spot for me this year. What pushed it to the top was the location. The restaurant features a spacious area filled with natural light, and you can even see the Tokyo Skytree from the windows. The appetizers and meat dishes were all outstanding, but my favorite was the roast porchetta. The outside was crispy, while the inside was tender and juicy. Paired with chimichurri or BBQ sauce, the flavors were incredible. While all the other buffet dishes were amazing, what sets this buffet apart is that you can select one main dish and one dessert from a menu. Of course, these aren't part of the all-you-can-eat options, but the idea of picking one dish from a menu alongside the extensive buffet lineup felt like such a luxury. The buffet also includes a free-flow drink plan, complete with elegant mocktails. It's truly remarkable. The value for everything you get here is unbelievable, but talking about it makes me want to go again. I might just book a reservation once I'm done editing this video. Next up, we'll dive into the dinner buffet category, featuring my top 5 picks. Stay tuned. Next up is a dinner buffet category. Here are my top 5 picks. Fifth place, Hilton Tokyo Odaiba Seascape Terrace Dining. This buffet is one I visited just recently. Hilton Tokyo Odaiba is one of my all-time favorite buffet spots, and my absolute favorite here is their thick sliced roast beef. Unlike other hotels, they serve incredibly thick slices of roast beef, and the accompanying horseradish cream is just divine. Since this was their Christmas fare, the lineup was extra luxurious. The appetizers featured dishes like lobster flan and crab escabeche, all of which were beautifully plated and incredibly flavorful. I especially loved the escabeche. Its sweet and tangy sauce paired perfectly with the sweetness of the fresh crab. And of course, we can't forget the desserts. The buffet was filled with Christmas-themed treats, including adorable Santa-shaped cheese mousse and mini tree-inspired desserts. They were not only delicious but also so much fun to look at. Fourth place, Intercontinental Tokyo Bay Chef's Life Kitchen. Located in Takeshiba, this buffet was an incredible experience when I visited in September 2024. At the time, they were holding a Hokkaido fair, so we got to enjoy dishes featuring local specialties from the region. But what stood out the most were the timed specials. They served dishes like Rossini-style beef fillet with foie gras and truffle sauce, and black cocoa and raspberry roll cake as part of the timed service. The Rossini dish, with its tender beef fillet, rich foie gras, and luxurious truffle sauce, was unforgettable. It wasn't part of the all-you-can-eat menu, but the fact that it was included in the buffet price was mind-blowing. Other highlights included handmade sushi, seafood bowls, freshly prepared tempura, and omelets, all made right in front of you. This is the kind of experience that makes Chef's Life Kitchen so special, and I can't wait to go back. Third place, Hotel New Otani Tokyo View and Dining the Sky. It wouldn't feel right to leave this one out. View and dining the sky is a must. What I love most here is the sheer variety of dishes and the consistently high quality. From Wagyu teppanyaki, shabu shabu to grilled scallops and their famous roast beef, every dish feels like a dream come true. It's a buffet with all the classics, making it a crowd pleaser for everyone. On top of that, their desserts include premium treats like Pierre Hermé macaron and the famous super melon shortcake, all of which are, of course, all you can eat. It's pure bliss. While I love their desserts and teppanyaki, my personal favorite here is their sushi. Prepared right in front of you by skilled chefs, the sushi is nothing short of perfection. The rice, the fish, everything. Honestly, if I didn't have to worry about variety, I'd probably just spend the whole meal eating sushi. It's that good. It's definitely on the pricier side, but the experience is worth every yen. I'd highly recommend it as a special treat. Second place, Tokyo Bay Myama Hotel First Resort, all-day dining California. Located near Tokyo Disney Resort, this hotel hosted a luxurious dinner buffet themed around Matsusaka beef, and it was nothing short of extraordinary. The buffet was a celebration of all things Matsusaka beef. They served it in a variety of dishes, from steaks and sukiyaki to beef stew, burgers, bolognese pasta, and even sushi. It was the definition of indulgence. The highlight for me was the Matsusaka beef steak cooked right in front of us. It was so good that I couldn't believe it was all you can eat. Their desserts were equally impressive. While the desserts had a simple, rustic appearance, they were absolutely delicious. The portions were just right, so I could enjoy every bite without feeling overwhelmed. This buffet was a limited time event, but with food this amazing, I'm sure their other fairs will be just as incredible. I'll definitely be back to explore more. First place, the Western Tokyo, the Terrace. The Western Tokyo took first place in my sweets category, and here it is again for dinner buffets, claiming the top spot once more. I visited during their 30th anniversary buffet in October 2024, and it was a truly special event. The lineup was packed with premium dishes from various restaurants within the hotel, offering a mix of cuisines including sushi, tempura, Chinese dishes, and French cuisine. The variety was incredible. My personal favorite was the Qingtang soup, clear soup from their Chinese restaurant, Ryu Tenmon. This delicate soup, enriched with soft-shell turtle, had a refined flavor that warmed me to the core. It was so good that I found myself wishing I could drink it every day. They also brought back nostalgic dishes like mee goreng, Singaporean rice, and tom yum goong, favorites from 30 years ago. Even though I wasn't around for the Westin Tokyo's early days, I could feel the hotel's rich history through these dishes. As a Westin fan, this was a dream come true. And of course, the desserts were stunning. From Mont Blanc tart and classic chocolate cakes to rice pudding, every treat was as delicious as it was visually appealing. Having dined here so often, I can confidently say that it's one of my go-to places, both personally and professionally. That wraps up my recommendations. Were there any buffets that caught your eye? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I upload new buffet videos every week, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you at the next buffet.